Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Shadows of Undrentide. Last episode, we happened to find the person who has been hounding us. She ran through a portal and escaped. Drogan actually showed up to try and help us, but the person, Eurydice, we learned her name was, well, she basically laid a trap. Drogan held the portal open so we could get through, but he ended up dying in the process, left behind. Now we're marching through this area to confront Eurydice. Ominously, however, some sort of lizard people have attacked us, and ominously, there are many creatures who have been turned to stone. This is not good. This door is presently barred from the other side, but shows signs of recent use. There are many creatures turned to stone here. We've seen humans turned to stone, stingers, a cat, an ogre, and now a manticore and umber hulks. Whoever or whatever is doing this is very powerful. We need to be wary, and it's probably Eurydice who is doing it. I think I just saw her. Jeez, cats, get around it. Thank you. Eurydice appears to be at the top here. Is this door locked? Yes. Alright. Let us confront her.
Ah, you have come to join me at last. Not the dwarven mage Drogan as I was expecting, but I see you'll do nicely. Tell me, do you have a name?
I am Liam, and I am here to stop you. Stop me? Why, no, Liam. That's not why you're here at all. And what is it, this creature you bring? A kobold? It is a kobold. Deacon is bard to the great and mighty hero who will slay you. But Deacon mostly here for posterity reasons. So I imagine. Let us get down to business, shall we? I was expecting Drogan to make it through my trap alone, but it seems he kept the portal open for you instead. Does that mean he is dead, then? A pity. Fortunately, you've brought me what I was waiting for anyhow. What a delicious irony. You were waiting for me? Not for you specifically, but rather what you carried with you. Here, allow me to remove my hood, as it will explain much. Deacon, hold on to...
As you already know, I am Eurydice, daughter of the Medusa and sorceress supreme. I welcome you to my new realm, the flying city of Undrentide. Of course, Undrentide flies no longer. It crashed to the earth long, long ago, when all the other flying cities of Netherall sank. Though Undrentide fared better than worse. Be that as it may, Undrentide is buried deep under ages of sand and quite lifeless. It requires the power of ancient Netherall in order to rise once again. Power that you have brought to me in the form of the Mythallar. Oh, I sense things nearby. I'd hoped that my rather public display back at the portal would bring it to me. And here you are. Now Undrentide shall rise again, and all the power of ancient ancient netherall that lies within it is mine. All of Faerun shall hear my name and fear me. And you, my petrified subject, you shall have the honor of being the first monument to my victory. You shall get to watch it all.
Mythalar is hers, at long last. What follows is the oldest of Netherese rituals, lost to time, but unearthed from the sands by Hioridus, and now used by her to access the power of the Mythalar in full. You know that it is only a matter of time before Undrentide responds to her urging. The power of the Mythalar forcing the city to rise slowly through the sands of the Anarok, forcing it to take to the skies as it once did so long ago.
Hey, what's this? Ooh, pretty statue. Go on, take it. Master Ashtara will be pleased with us. Oh, I don't like the feel of this. Fine, I'll take it. Here, help me with this, will you? Are you sure this is the kind of stuff Ashtara wanted? Is there anything the Master doesn't want? Come on, let's get out of here! Not without the statue!
So, is it you I have to thank for the collapse of our escape shaft?
No, the ground! We didn't mean for it to shake! We brought you a statue, Master.
I see what you brought me. Why do you think I haven't killed you yet?
You wouldn't!
Don't tempt me. I want that passage cleared at once.
Yes, Master Ashtara.
So, my precious work of art, we are alone. There's more to you than meets the eye, isn't there? Oh, yes. So lifelike, so unlike the stylized form that was popular in ancient Netheril. Here, let me place this collar around your neck. Can you feel that? Soon you will. It's a slaver's collar. An enterprising merchant makes his money in any way he can, you see. We used to transport slaves like this, a stone across the desert. No need to feed you, nor waste our precious water on your parched throat. Within the hour, you will be able to feel your flesh again. When that happens, my slave, come speak with me in the adjoining room, for I have need of you.
Jeez. Oh, God, I feel stiff. Where am I? Last thing I remember was two eyes, a bunch of snakes.
Wherever you are!
What the hell? Okay then. Deacon! Deacon Stone. The Medusa. I think that's what it was. It must have gotten him too. Hold on. Hold on, Deacon, I got you. There you go.
Thank you.
Are you okay, Deacon? Yep. Deacon is okay. Deacon never stays still for so long before, though. So it's completely new experience for Deacon. One time, old boss tell Deacon to stand still. He say Deacon run around so much he drive old boss crazy. Finally, he cast spell on Deacon that made Deacon still. It not same thing, though. It not last so long, and Deacon never worry that bird poops on him or anything. Hemoferrar used to paralyze you? How horrible. Oh, it'd only be horrible when old master used paralyzed Deacon's big teeth. That not so fun. Yeah, I doubt it. Deacon Gut's question. Snake Lady turns us into statues just by looking at us, yes? What do we do if we meets her again? Close our eyes, that's what. Okay, that sounds like good plan. Deacon likes good plans. Does boss know how long he and Deacon be statues? Deacon not really able to tell. I'm not sure either. Well, Deacon just wonders, what Snake Lady be doing while boss and Deacon be statues? Good question. Deacon was afraid you says that. We be trapped in old city really far under sand and Snake Lady be out there. It's good story. Deacon just wishes Deacon had not stars in it.
This is a very dark and scary place. Maybe Deacon should come with you again. So Deacon helps protect you, of course.
Of course. Ooh, Deacon has sudden chill. Deacon keeps Will ready. It'd be certain there are going to be lots to write about now. I'm sure. For now, though...
You want Deacon?
Oh. Deacon not likes the shaking so much. Once ground open up in Cobalt Cavern and a bunch of kobolds get swallowed. Old Master chuckled for weeks. Do I want Deacon? We'll speak soon. For now, there's someone else I believe we need to speak with.
So, it appears you have become my slave a little sooner than I expected. It's a pity, really. Statues are so much easier to transport.
I'm no man's slave. That is good, for I am no man. I am Ashtara, merchant prince of the Asavi tribes. We are a little more than cold-blooded in our dealings, you might say, and you remain my slave all the same. Where are you from, Ashtara? You might as well ask the wind of its beginning, or insist a grain of sand tell how it got its shape. I am a child of the desert sea and the sun-baked sand. The dune where my egg hatched has long since become another. Who are these Asabi you speak of? The Asabi? We are the desert kin, the dune walkers. We were here long before your kind and will still be here long after you have gone. I don't know how else to answer you. If slaves are your trade, who are you planning to sell me to? These clothes you wear, they mark you as being not of the desert. You would weaken and die quickly. I would get the best price in the gladiator pits of Amar, where you could live out a short and glorious life before you die. Even in the gladiator pits, I'm pretty sure I'd live fairly long. And what brought you here to Undrentide? Stories of the fabled flying cities of Netheril have long been told amongst the Asabi. Some have even been found, and empires have been fashioned from their riches. I would build such an empire, my slave, and make all the desert fear me. You sounds much like Old Master. He says he wants power over everything too, but Deacon is now free. What would you know of such things, my little slave? Leave the bothers of politics to your superiors. 3 moons ago, I gambled in a tent with a rival merchant friend. The two of us drunk on the wine of the cactus. He confessed to me that in the shifting sands he had found the uppermost spires of the lost city of Undrentide. What did you do then? I did what merchant princes do. I let him win at gambling, then tracked him here with a plan to kill him and steal his glory as my own. Someone, perhaps it was you, saved me the trouble. I have other questions for you, Ashtara. I should not have told you my name. Already you use it far too freely. I may be a kind master, but I am your master all the same. What is it you would ask of me? I should kill you for your mockery. Yes, you probably should. In time, however, you will come to thank me for placing that collar around your neck. As long as you wear it, I am safe from your vengeance, and you from your own folly. I freed you from your stone prison because I have need of you. But need is a blade that cuts both ways. You will find that I am not that harsh a master. How is it that you speak the common tongue anyway? The same way you speak the language of the Asabi as if you were born to it. It is the magic of the Mythal that does it. Either it is still active after all these years, or its magic has been launched anew. I'm not speaking in Asabi. That is true, but Asabi is what I hear all the same, for it is what I know. When Undrentide still flew, people from 1,000 lands flocked to it. Through the Mythal's magic, all could share their wisdom without hindrance. Slaves and masters, too. The Mythal, what is that? It is said to be the breath of life, the wisdom of ages, the sands of time. It is the magic that gave immortality to those who mastered it, and allowed entire cities such as this to float on air. And if it falls into the wrong hands, let it never be so, for to live in such a world is not to live at all. Then I don't have much time. Perhaps you do, perhaps you don't. The Mythal's magic is said to exist outside the very bounds of time itself. I understand as little of it as you. Do you seek the power of this Mythal? You need only look at the word to know my answer. The powers of the Mythal are a myth, a mirage. If those who wielded it were so great, why do these cities now lie buried and forgotten? I seek no power, but what gold itself can give. Fine, but I still have other questions. Fine. I need your help. Eurydice must be stopped. Eurydice, is it? Do all your enemies have such pretty names? Come, you must tell me of her. She is an evil Medusa, crazed with power. Ah, that would explain the predicament I found you in, wouldn't it? Alas, you have the misfortune of being slave to a merchant, not a warrior. I will aid you as only a merchant can, but beyond that I cannot help. Oh. Death to you and all your kin, slave master. Ah! Do not make this hard on yourself. Your life is mine and your body too. The collar makes it so. Work with me and perhaps I shall set you free when we no longer have need of each other. Very well. If I am your slave, what do you command of me? There is no room for you to lend a hand within the passageway. Let my poor thralls bash themselves silly against the fallen rock. For you, I have grander plans.
You got plans for Deacon too, then?
Hardly. As a primitive thing, you should be pleased that I released you to serve your master. That is what I assume you are for.
Deacon serves boss, yep. Deacon also writer of great epic tale.
Yes, well, be that as it may, your place is best kept at the side of your human friend here. And now, where was I? Oh, yes. We had only begun our explorations when the tremors sealed us in. There are riches untold out there, and if I leave this place without them, my rivals will claim them in my stead. That's all? You want me to fetch your trinkets and baubles? Oh, don't be a fool. Would I bother to summon you from your life of stone for a simple fetch and carry? I have thralls enough for that. I need you to do what they cannot. Some golem maker long ago did fine business here, it seems. As they explored, my thralls reported 10 golems standing guard. I want this place to be cleared of every single one of them. And if I succeed that, will you have earned your freedom? Is that what you seek, my slave? Return to me when the task is complete and we shall discuss it. I promise nothing more. Very well, but I'm going to need supplies. Ah, now that is a loving whisper to my heart. Before I forget, however, take this key. It will allow you to leave this camp in safety. Thank you. We'll sell these boots of striding and the copper ring. Scarab key, that will allow us to leave. So what have you got? Large shield +3, small shield +4. Ooh, those are actually pretty good. There's some good armor here, but it's all light and medium. Interesting. Weapon-wise, anything you need? Well, you have some bolts we can probably use later.
Sandstorm. Along the edge of the Anarok lived a tribe of nomads whose ferocity in battle became a legend that told of a giant whirlwind of sand that would destroy caravans, leaving, nothing but corpses behind. The truth behind the legend was that the shaman of this tribe was more powerful than he knew, and he created this weapon that sprays sand with every swipe, often blinding opponents. Lower AC, though. Ooh, +2 longsword. That would be useful. Ooh, a trident. Okay. Scrolls and potions. Wow! You have a lot of scrolls. Holy crap. And potions. Magic items, you don't have much. Rod of Resurrection is something, but aside from that, nothing we need. And you have a few miscellaneous things. Prayer bag? This living bag was created by either Shantea or one of her high priestesses, and is considered a minor artifact. Its powers can only be activated, though, by using the transmogrifying wand upon the bag. When certain pairs of items are placed within the warm folds of the bag, and the transmogrifying wand is activated over top the bag, a creature of undying loyalty to the creator is summoned. The exact creature summoned depends on the items placed within the bag. The following is a partial list of creatures that can be summoned. Yeah, I don't think that's anything we need. Interesting, but we don't have the items we need. And there's some magic bags. Magic electrifier? Ooh. Okay, interesting. And while I would like the +2 longsword, I think we'll save up the money. Maybe we'll find a better longsword somewhere, unless we end up needing it.
Your task is not yet accomplished, my slave. What can I do to aid in its completion?
How do you know whether I've accomplished the task or not?
Can you not hear? Ah, I see how I have already begun to think of you as kin. We Asabi have no ears in the way you know them. Instead, we listen with the very surface of our skin.
You mean everybody not hears like that? What do you think Boss hears with? Big fleshy bits on the side of head?
Once my thralls told me what to listen for, I have heard them waiting there like ghosts. Their whisper still remains upon my skin, and that is how I know your task is not yet done.
Deacon doesn't have ears? Okay, then. Moldy tomes. Stained by centuries of mildew, the damp pages cling to each other, long since illegible. I guess the bookcases won't really have much of anything for us. Alright. Well, before we go out, Deacon, how about we talk with each other? Perhaps we should.
You what, Deacon?
So, what do you intend to do once all this is over, Deacon?
Deacon not be sure. Deacon go to Dale Lands, maybe.
The Dale Lands?
Yep. Deacon think maybe he go visit Elminster the Sage. That human writes lots of books that Deacon read.
Oh? And what would you do if you met him?
Deacon got's a list of 3 spelling errors he gives to old human. There be no excuse for spelling errors, you knows. Maybe Deacon will make few other stops on the way. He not kidding when Deacon say he wants to travel.
So I gather.
Deacon also thinks maybe he go to Amon. Then maybe he goes to Waterdeep. That be big city. Maybe he got maybe got 1,000 humans even.
Sounds like you've thought about this a lot.
Deacon used to think about the places he one day go every night before he sleeps. Old Master would laugh at Deacon, but Deacon not care. Then one day after Deacon done with travels, he comes back to Kobold Caves, and he be greatest chieftain ever. He bring kobolds out of caves, he will.
Out of the caves?
Deacon brings them out whether they likes it or not. Kobolds live with humans like halflings do, and stop raidings and fightings. Deacon do it too. You will see.
Sounds like a worthy goal.
Deacon happy you says that. If Deacon tells kobolds what great things kobolds could be, maybe they changes. Maybe. Maybe Boss and Deacon even travels together once adventure be done. What do you think of that?
Maybe. We'll have to see.
Okay, Deacon can wait. Deacon gots to finish his epic story of Boss first anyway.
And when do I get to see this epic story?
Soon, maybe. Once Deacon knows how it all ends, Deacon shows it to you. One day Boss be really big star. For now, we should continue adventure, or Deacon never find out how epic story ends.
Stories continue even beyond the ending, Deacon.
You
nothing else to say. How is everything?
Deacon is tired. Feet is sore. Back is hurting. Little Deacon feel like bag of clamshells bashed on ground repeatedly. Overall is good.
Alright. That's all I have to say. And I think perhaps here is where I will end this episode. A little shorter maybe, but it seems like a good spot to end. I hate being called slave. Next episode, we'll head out and start on our explorations and see what we can find. Till then, I'm Chester44, that is Liam Johnson and Deacon. This has been a Let's Play of Shadows of Undrentide, and I shall see you all next time.